Welcome, welcome. Today, we're gonna focus on the thoracic spine and specifically trying to isolate thoracic rotation. So if you are a rotational athlete or a human being, you're gonna wanna pay attention. And the good thing is limited equipment. So I've got a heavier dumbbell. I'm gonna use that to anchor my arm. I've got a lighter dumbbell that I'm gonna use to place on my knee to provide a little bit of resistance because I'm gonna try and block the lumbar spine. I'll show you what I mean. I've also got a block and I've got a band hung up back here as well that we're gonna use after. So first, we're gonna get into a passive position. We're gonna do some rails and pails from that position. We're gonna hang out here for a little bit. We're actually gonna spend 2 minutes in this position, and here is the setup. So you can see my heavier dumbbell back here, and I wanna get set up this way where I can place my hand underneath that dumbbell, and that's gonna cause the thoracic rotation. Now, if you need a block, you can set it up this way, but here is what I'm looking to do. The reason for this block is to keep my lumbar spine facing this way. Now I'm gonna reach back to this dumbbell, which is at shoulder level, and from here, keeping my hips square this way, I'm going to try and use the dumbbell to pull my thoracic spine into rotation, and we're gonna hang out here for 2 full minutes. During this entire time, I'm gonna focus and I'm gonna breathe. Now, because you're going to be rotated at the thoracic spine, your breathing could feel a little bit restricted because of the position of the rib cage. I just want you to work with what you've got. During this 2 minutes, which by the way, the clock is running, so I hope you're in this position already. If you need more of a stretch, you can drop this block down or eliminate it altogether and try and maintain this position. Of course, you're gonna feel some stretch and rotation in the lumbar spine. You might feel this in the shoulder as well. That's fine. Just make sure you're not working through pain, regress if you need to, and try and isolate. What I'm doing here is trying to reach my shoulder blade to the ground and get my entire right arm flat to the ground. And we're just gonna hang out here and breathe. We got about a minute left. Nice deep inhales. Long exhales. And then we're gonna work some contractions from this position. I'm gonna try and keep my lower body in place where it is, and the contractions, I'm gonna actively try and reach this shoulder blade to the ground, and then I'm gonna try and rotate, and the dumbbell is gonna provide resistance as I try and rotate in the opposite direction. Good? All right, we're almost there, folks. Nice deep breath in. Long exhale. Shoulder blade pinned to the ground if you can. Let's go one more deep breath in. Nice long exhale. And from here, the first thing that I want you to do without losing contact of the block, I want you to press the shoulder into the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're gonna go the other way and press up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then press down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And press up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And press down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And press up. Rotating from the thoracic spine. Good. 3, 2, 1. We're going to do 2 more. Press down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And press up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming out of that position. Ooh. We'll get up, we'll move that upper spine, the thoracic spine around a little bit, and we're gonna get set up and we're gonna switch to the other side, same thing. So doing this a few times, obviously generally not recommended in the same day, but over time, you'll get better at feeling initiating the movement from the thoracic spine. Hence the developing the skill and spending time with this. And each time I do this, I'm able to find deeper and better positions and access the tissue that I want to feel more quickly. Good. And we can notice if there's any differences between sides as well. And we'll get set up. And we got 2 minutes on the clock. Think about pushing the top knee forward and trying to keep the rotation in the thoracic spine or the upper spine. And again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to hang out here and we're just going to breathe. If you are a rotational athlete, baseball players, golfers, any overhead athletes can benefit, I think. Any human, especially if you're sitting a lot at the computer and you have upper back pain, this can be a tremendous release. But here's the thing I've noticed over time, both with myself personally and working with Gen Pop and athletes, is the thoracic spine is one of those areas that you really got to put some time into to get results. And I have found that over time, loading this position, and we'll show you the banded active rotation after this, but loading this position tends to get some really good results. But just like anything else, you want to be careful and progressively load this position over time. Good. We got about 45 seconds left here. Deep breath. Nice long exhale. Good. 20 seconds. Again, when we do our contractions, we're going to try and use all the muscles and tissue around the thoracic spine as best as you can to initiate and cause the contractions. So let's try that. Let's start by keeping this knee where it is and then rotate from the upper spine and press the shoulder blade into the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then try and rotate against the weight of the dumbbell. So pushing the hand into the dumbbell, but the rotation comes from the thoracic spine. 3, 2, 1, and rotate down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rotate up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and press down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and push up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rotate down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and push up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more. Push down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Push down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and push up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, slowly come out of that one. It does get into that pec and bicep area as well. Beautiful. Okay, so spending some time there trying to increase passive range and creating some contractions, so hopefully creating a couple more degrees of freedom. Now we're going to come back here, and I've got a band that's anchored up onto the rig here, so you've got a couple variables that you can play with. One is the distance from the rig, how much tension we're putting on the band, thickness of the band. What also works really nice for this too, by the way, if you've got a cable machine and you set the cable at the top, because then the resistance is going to be consistent. With the band, the resistance is variable. I like to play with both. But here is going to be the setup. So we're going to have the feet and try and keep equal weight between the feet as much as possible. And we're going to come down and start from this position with the arms locked. And I want my torso relatively flat to the ground. And I'm going to try and keep my belly button facing forward and rotate up from the thoracic spine until I feel a stretch, and then pull down. And then rotate back up. We're going to do 10 reps, trying to get a little further each time. And I can use my gaze, my eyes, to mark a spot on the floor with the bottom straight arm and rotate down. And that's how I can judge height. Trying to keep the left arm locked in this position. And rotate. Try and go a little further each time. And coming back to center and rotate. 4. We'll do 3 more. Rotate. Pull. Rotate a little further. Pull. Last one. And pull. Good. We'll do the same thing from the other side. Sorry for the view, but it's gonna happen. This way, again, trying to keep my belly button straight down, equal weight on both feet. And the right arm is gonna be the straight arm now. And then while pointing my belly button straight to the ground, I'm gonna rotate from the thoracic spine and pull. And rotate and pull. Brace the core to keep the lower part of the torso down and square to the ground, and just trying to keep the rotation up between the shoulder blades and pull. Let's do 5 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. 1. Beautiful. Awesome work. Hopefully feeling good, feeling that rotation through the thoracic spine. Appreciate you, and as always, if this spoke to you and you felt good about it, repeat, and next time, try and get a little deeper range, add a little bit more of a progressive overload through using a thicker band, or come a little further out, and we'll see you on the next one.